potato section in her garden yard. I just want to say it's a work of art.
So, well, we'll see how. I mean, my garden, my soil's doing so poorly anyway. I'm praying for guidance out there because I'm trying to trellis more this year so I can grow more.
Wow.
My daughter is very interesting. She says, "Well, we don't have to worry about it. We have your garden." I said, "Well, if it's all this in here, I'd like you to come out and help me." So, Anyway. So those were my thoughts on this, and really I wanted to pass along the resources. Financial Peace University, they have never before offered a free trial on it. You do have to do your card information, but they're very upfront at what day it will charge. Check your junk folder, but it's $129. I think it's worth every penny. I think most people that take it will save that in the first month if they're actually doing it. And the skills are phenomenal. And, I did put on your handout, there are a couple, you really need financial software, I think. And they have one called Every Dollar, and Every Dollar I think is free on their website. Every Dollar Plus is included with Financial Peace, or you can pay for it. We do and it's linked to your bank, but I actually don't.
We do YNAB. We like YNAB.
That's us too. I like YNAB, and actually we used it free for quite a few years because it's free for students too. I don't know if it still is, but people should know that. We wanted our daughter to learn to use it, so we signed up for a free trial. And before we used to use Quicken, I'm like I said, oh, this is so good. It's worth it. We were taking free classes with it, and they gave away a free thing every time. And I was listening at home. Leroy's listening at the office. He won the free software, but now it's an annual fee. But I will always pay it.
How do you spell that? I've never heard of it.
It's YNAB. It's on the handout. It stands for you need a budget.
You need a budget. Okay.
And and you have to know, if you have not budgeted before, they tell you it takes you 3 months. And, ours is really organized, like the utility section. We have them in the order in parentheses that comes out, like this bill comes out on the 5th, this one comes out on the 10th. And we can go through and budget, and we reconcile against our bank every time we go in. We try to do it daily or every couple of days, no more than a few days. It takes us 10 minutes. And we're both on the same page. It is, and it keeps in focus what your financial goals are. And we're pretty good. We don't very often have something sneak up on us that we've forgotten because we've done this so long that it's just all there. So we really like it. Travis actually uses Every Dollar from Dave Ramsey, but we like YNAB so much, we're not going to change. So,
okay.
Anyway, those were my thoughts. I don't know if anyone has any things they'd want to share. I've been out moving dust and compost and stuff, but I keep coughing, but I just coughing from the dust.
We trust you, and we hope you stay.
I don't think you can get it over the internet.
Think so.
I think you're safe even if I was sick.
Yeah, let's not start that rumor, okay? Yeah. You have any questions?
So,
okay. Well, the resources are fabulous. I'm so excited to start clicking on them and find out more information. Wendy, do you have any questions?
I don't. Mm-mm.
Well, and it sounds to me that you're doing all of this. Really?
We've had a lot better habits with spending in the past, and so we're trying to fix that. When we first got married, my husband lost his job, and I had almost $50,000 of debt. And
so you had that motivation right from the beginning of your marriage.
Yeah. And so he did little kind of contract work, and every time he would get a contract job and he'd get paid a couple thousand, we'd put it towards the debt instead of living on it. So we just learned to live on my one income. And then when we were both working, we paid extra towards our mortgage. And We still owe some, but anyway,
Wow.
so we've done some good things over time. We just need to get back on track. And
You know, you should binge watch with your husband and your sons. But you know what? They actually have a program, I think, for middle schoolers and high schools.
oh, that'd be great.
I haven't listened to it because I don't have kids that age. But you should binge watch this financial piece.
That's a
Leroy
good
and I
idea.
we just did it, and we did it on his lunch hour. Now he's working from home, but it was there were things I'm like, oh, we could do that. And actually, as part of this one-page miracle, it has a money section, and I put specific things that I want us to do. We have a trust, but I want to do a little revision to it. And the house is supposed to be in the trust, but I'm not sure that I'm not sure. I thought the attorney was supposed to do that. So the few things I want to follow through, make sure. But he went through that, and he went through some things. And on our house insurance, when he went through that, I thought, ooh, I need to talk to our insurance agent and make sure we have adequate homeowners insurance based on, your house appraises for more, building costs to replace a home go up.
Right.
And another weird thing, we had toxic mold in a house we had bought and lived there almost for 14 years, and ended up having to throw everything away, and our insurance didn't cover anything on that. So I've had homeowners insurance, but it hasn't covered a thing. But I'm hoping lightning won't strike twice in the same place. But that's one of our things I wrote for this next month, is that I want to call and go over our car insurance, our homeowners insurance, and make sure that we're synced like we need to be. So it was excellent.
I appreciate you sharing that can be one of our financial goals, because I think it can be overwhelming just to approach the conversation of financial goals. I don't know, what should I pick? What should I choose? What am I supposed to do? But just straightening out financial details is part of our financial wellness.
Mm-hmm.
So having accurate information, making sure we understand how things work, finding out if we can economize or if we need to expand our coverage. Those are all valid,
right.
Yes.
Well, and with Financial Peace University, along the side of each lesson, they had some things, and some were printable handouts that I printed and saved as a PDF. And then we canceled it out before we were charged, but it is well worth every penny. But it has, and one of the things I've wanted to do, it has like planning for your funeral, all of that, so that your children, if something happens quickly, my parents, we knew they were passing away, and they knew who they wanted to speak and what they wanted to do. And my mother prepaid her funeral, which Dave Ramsey doesn't recommend. But all of those, we had time to make those decisions. But also, having those living wills and all of that, they go through all of that. The lessons are like phenomenal. Like I say, I am not a paid sponsor, but
how many hours would you say would be involved with?
Well, there are 9 lessons, and each one's about an hour, 50 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
So, and then at the side, and what we didn't quite get done, so I signed up. Now, I don't know how long they're going to do this free trial, because they said they're not going to leave it up always. But I did it, and we didn't quite get done, so then Leroy did it. So you could do it, then Clara could do it.
Oh, sure. Okay.
But it's just, it helps you see money differently. And I do think when we don't have very much money at times, that it's easy to just think, well, there's nothing I can do anyway.
Right.
So I'm just going to keep going along. And I think there probably are things we can do. And, but yeah, it's interesting with the 3 of us on, we've all had some really hard financial hit.
Yep.
But I think it's interesting, Wendy, that starting out, what was your debt when you got married? Was it student loans, credit card, car?
13,000 of credit cards, but part of that was rolling over a car payment into a credit card. So combination of card and credit card, and then 32,000 of student loan. Is that 45,000? I don't remember. It wasn't
close
pretty.
to 50. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, he does, it's quite fun. I like watching him. Of course, now they're not live, but he does debt-free screams. So when people pay off their debts, they go to a studio and he asked them what was the debt, what was one of your most unique things you did to pay off one time. And it's random, it's stuck in my head, but this young couple had a staggering student loan debt. They lived in a 300 square foot apartment. And she said the thing that bugged her was paying for laundry, to go to the laundromat. She just hated spending that money because they were so focused trying to get out of that. And she was driving along and saw a wringer washer at a garage sale.
Oh,
And it was
God.
like in pristine condition. She bought that, put it inside her 300 square foot apartment. And then when she did laundry, she did it out on the lawn with a hose running the water to it. And all the neighbors, were just like, then she hung it up outside on a line to dry.
Good for her, yeah.
Awesome.
But they just were determined every penny was paying off that debt.
Wow.
And I do think, and probably it was a good thing your husband lost his job, because that combination probably is what really motivated you.
Mhm.
Do you think it was?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you decided, okay, you know what? You just never
Time to get
know.
serious. And me quitting my recent job is also another wake-up call. And so I was kind of, all this COVID stuff, I had already mentally geared up for time to do more homemade meals, time to not eat out for lunch so much, time to get serious about being penny wise again.
Mm-hmm. I think you may quite like the post by Brandy at the Prudent Homemaker. She really had to black belt skills to feed her family.
Nice.
And she wrote a series, How to Eat for 40 Cents a Day, and she has different posts, and then Angela, Debt Kicking Mom, Brandy certainly didn't buy any packaged cookies or anything, every iota, they never ate out. Sometimes she and her husband in later years did, but they did their dates at home. Angela has some really good ideas, not quite as black belt, but I had been kind of lazy. I knew you could do it, but since watching her, she makes free veggie broth where you save the onion skins, potato or carrot peelings. I looked up a blog post on it. I cooked a winter squash, and it said you can save the peelings. You save those, and then you just put them in with water and cook it, and it makes a broth. And my sister said she watched a thing by Rachel Ray, and she buys all her vegetables, comes home and preps them, puts all those peelings directly in and makes the broth right then. But it's free food. Yeah. So I thought we're like trying not to throw away a scrap of food. And it's just my husband and I, but we're trying to be really careful to extend what we've got. So anyway.
Well, thank
That's
you.
all I
Thank you,
got.
Judy. It's been so wonderful. I really appreciate every minute.
Yeah, thank you.
very much.
Nice to meet you.
You
Good
too.
luck.
And we'll be in touch soon about how to, I think she's gone. We'll be in touch about how to access the recording.
Okay. Yeah, Leroy said it will have to be in 15-minute increments, and he'll send 3 links.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so
Bye.
much. Bye-bye.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Okay. I don't know how to log out.
What app was it?
Which?
What app was it?
It was Zoom. The blue camera in the box here next to messages. You see that? Yeah, right there, Oswald. Click on that. There. There we go. There's Leroy.